safe.
How are you, John?
Hey, Javier. Good to be here. I'm
nice
good.
to see you. I'm here with John, product planner for a new Hyundai Sonata Plug-in Hybrid, so a new addition to the lineup, huh?
Yes, exactly. So in addition to the hybrid that we previously had, we not only have an all-new hybrid, we have an all-new plug-in hybrid as well.
So the plug-in hybrid, when did this one came into the market?
Oh, it's not out on the market yet?
No, the hybrid, I'm sorry.
Oh, the hybrid first came into the market as a 2011 model year.
Okay,
back
like
in
4 years
2010.
already, yeah.
Yes.
Let's go and drive a little bit and we talk about the amazing technology in this car. So
That sounds
plug-in
good.
hybrid, obviously the engine is on, so we don't hear anything.
Yeah, so it's the electric motor. So we got some charge on this vehicle. Currently, it has an all-electric range of 24 miles. But that's on a full charge, and this is on a full charge right now.
Okay.
So it'll be in electric mode for pretty much your entire drive here.
And that depends on the speed, or we can go just electric mode at whatever speed?
Great question. It depends on not the speed, but the engine demand. So for
okay.
example, depending on how much accelerator you're pressing, it's a blended system. It tries to stay in EV as much as possible. But let's say you have to accelerate real quickly, the gasoline engine does kick in and provide traction power as well.
So we can, let's say, like for a regular commute, like you're in Miami, in New York, in LA, where there's a lot of traffic, and we're not gonna really go that fast. Possible if we have a commute at less than 24 miles, that we go electric the whole time?
You go electric the whole time. You don't use an ounce of gasoline. Yes.
Wow, that's amazing. Tell us a little bit more about the other technical aspects of this vehicle, engine and all that kind of thing.
Yeah, you know, I think the easiest way to think about it is a plug-in hybrid is like a hybrid and an electric vehicle combined in one. It's the best of both worlds. So, for example, with an electric vehicle, you always have to charge. You're always worried about your range.
Yeah.
On a plug-in hybrid, once you plug in, you get a certain range on this car, 24 miles of electric range. And once that dwindles down, it operates just like a regular hybrid car. So the total range is up to 605 miles.
Wow.
So the easiest way to think about it is it's the best of both worlds, but it's essentially a hybrid car that has a much larger battery system.
Okay.
So this is about 5 times larger, the battery system on the plug-in, than the hybrid.
Okay, speaking about the size of the battery, some of the cars in this segment, there's like the Accord, there's the Fusion.
Yes.
From Ford, those batteries take out a lot of space, especially in the trunk or on the seats. This is not the case here. You were like really good with engineering in that.
Yeah, you know, the interior packaging, what we did was we applied the battery system in the subfloor at a cargo area. And there, on the plug-in hybrid, because it's a 9.8 kilowatt hour battery system, which is rather large, there is some intrusion into the trunk area, but it's relatively minor and it's got a very functional cargo area.
And what about the gas tank? I mean, gas tanks are like shaped in very weird ways nowadays. The other day I saw one car upside down, and it's really incredible how you take advantage of every little corner and crank in the underneath of the car. So that's the case here too?
Yeah, I mean, obviously what we're trying to do is optimize aerodynamics of the vehicle. And that's what you see a lot of times. You want as clean on the floor as possible to help minimize air drag. And with the gas tank on the plug-in hybrid, it's at 14.53 gallons, which is a little bit smaller than just the regular hybrid. That comes in at 15.85 gallons.
But you get the addition of the plug-in hybrid, so that's like a good combination.
Exactly.
So speaking of the battery and the density of the battery, the technology aspect of the battery, that also has not only advantages for the performance, but also for the actual eventual price of the car, right? Because you take like tax incentives based on that.
That's a great question, and that's a great comment actually, because you're exactly right. Tax credit provided by the IRS, provided by the federal government, is dependent on the battery system size. So for example, ours is a 9.8 kilowatt system versus some competitor's 7.6 kilowatt system. So our tax credit calculated out is $4,900.
So that gives you an advantage in terms of the other competitors, right? In this segment, the Accord, I think, is like it has a less.
Accord has a slightly smaller kilowatt hour battery system. But more than anything else, it's a great combination of not only do you get more tax credit, you also get more all electric range because you do have
you
a
get more energy stored in the battery. And aside for that, the car is exactly the same, right, from the regular Sonata?
Yeah, I'd say
for the
powertrain, except for the powertrain, the big differences are that you see in the exterior. So it's got a very purposeful aerodynamic design.
Oh, okay.
So the whole front fascia and the rear fascia are completely different than the gasoline standard model. So you get a much deeper grille. The headlights shape and the graphics are completely different. along with the rear bumper is a more aero bumper to reduce turbulence.
So that's form and function. Everything is for a purpose, right?
Exactly. It wasn't just for change's sake. It was,
Yeah.
like you said, it was for function as well.
So let's talk about the regular hybrid, because that car, as you said, came out in 2011. Are there any improvements in the engineering for that car for 2015?
Yeah, where do I start? It's quite,
You tell me, you're the expert.
It's quite a bit. I mean, overall, one of the things that we want to share is efficiency is a key development priority. Just overall efficiency. So not only do you get an all-new design, all the great features with the vehicle, but the major change is the fact that everything on our hybrid system architecture that we call transmission-mounted electric device has been improved. So the gasoline engine goes from a 2.4 liter to a 2 liter with direct injection for more efficiency. Not only that, our electric motor is now smaller but more powerful and lighter. And our battery system is increased by 13%, so it's a much larger battery system than the outgoing model. All of this, in fact, I guess for the consumers, what they really care about is how does it translate into their real-world fuel economy.
Exactly, where it's going to take me and how long it's going to take to charge, and
exactly
how much money I can save
exactly.
at the end, right?
Yeah, so it's a 10% improvement in fuel economy over the outgoing model on the Sonata Hybrid. The fuel economy number, EPA rated, is 40 miles per gallon on the city.
40 for a big car like this.
44 on the highway and 42 combined. So it's over a 10% improvement in fuel economy that we were able to achieve.
So would it be fair to say that even though Hyundai was not the first in the market with hybrids, I mean, the wait was worth it, because you're like coming with amazing technology with this segment of the cars, right?
Yeah, I definitely think so. I mean, you're absolutely right. We weren't maybe a first mover in the hybrid, plug-in hybrid category, but it allowed us time to develop and kind of formulate our hybrid architecture to what we feel is the best represented for customers.
And it must be really tough, because I guess that the main factor in developing plug-in hybrids, electric cars and all that, it's the technology in the batteries, right? And that's developing kind of fast. And I think Korea is one of the leading countries in developing that, because you have LG, you have Samsung, you have, I don't know what's a provider for this car, but
it's actually LG Chemistry.
Exactly.
LG Chem.
And it seems that the most advanced technology is coming out there from South Korea. But still, it's kind of difficult to predict what's going to be in the next 4 or 5 years, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, battery technology has obviously come a very long way. On this particular vehicle, we use lithium-ion polymer, which is different than just regular lithium-ion in the fact that it's a polymer casing, so it's a more flexible casing for the cell, for the battery system, so you could package it better on a vehicle.
And that translates to more space in the car.
Exactly. And it's also 20% lighter than the traditional lithium-ion batteries. So
this is the first application. I know you usually don't talk about future products, but I guess with all the mandate from the government and like the way things are going, I mean, right now we're enjoying a good time with low price gasoline.
Yes.
But we know that that's not going to stand forever. So.
Yeah, I mean, we've been through this before, you're right.
Exactly. We're going to up and down. So we can assume that in the next 5-10 years, a lot of cars are going to have some of these technologies, right?
I think definitely you'll see more electrification on vehicles as we progress. You talked about the government mandates for fuel economy, corporate average fuel economy, zero emission vehicle. All that aside, what it really does is it forces and helps the automakers to improve their fuel economy technology. And it's a great transition period, I would say, right now, where you see a lot of the hybrids coming in, because a lot of the automakers do offer hybrids and some sort of electric vehicle or plug-in electric vehicle. And I think it's a very exciting time in the automotive industry, because like you said, gas prices are not going to stay where they are.
And it's pretty amazing. I've been saying this for a while now, but like the automotive industry started like 120 years ago, something like that, and then like for 100 years,
it was very
the basics didn't change much, right? Internal
combustion engine, yeah, exactly.
But now we're seeing amazing things just in the past 5-10 years, and like who knows what we're going to expect in the next 5 to 10 years. It's even more exciting.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you're right. The accelerated development of advanced powertrain technology has been quite remarkable.
Well, it's been really great to come here to Hyundai's home in the U.S. We were at your headquarters this morning. But by the way, amazing building. Really nice.
No, thank you very much. It's nice. It's nice working there. You know.
Yeah, it must be really nice to go in there every day and say, "Wow, I work here."
Yeah, it's relatively new. It's only about a year old, so still very clean.
So still under guarantee.
Yeah. Still.
Oh, speaking of guarantee, something really important. There are a lot of people that are concerned about the battery life. The guarantee, I understand, for this car is for life.
Yeah, you know, that's a great point, because in our research we found a lot of people are hesitant to purchase a hybrid vehicle because they're afraid of what happens with my battery system. We all know you have cell phones, batteries tend to degrade over time.
I know.
One of the great things about our lithium-ion polymer battery is extensive tests. There's very little degradation. But if that's not enough, what we do offer is the industry's exclusive lifetime hybrid battery warranty. That's not just for our hybrid, but for our plug-in hybrid system as well, which is 5 times more battery cells than the hybrid.
And that's continuing with the tradition of Hyundai's guarantee, like 10 years.
10-year, 100,000 mile powertrain warranty is still applicable. The 5-year, 60,000 mile new vehicle warranty. So we always pride ourselves in saying America's best warranty.
And for people who still don't believe that, I mean, if you just do the math, because you've been there for over 10 years with that guarantee, right?
Yes. It came out back in 1998.
If you had not known that your cars were going to last that long, you would be bankrupt. So maybe you weren't here, right?
You know, an interesting point, because I wasn't with the company in 98, but I was with the company in 2008. Every time you have to forecast out how much your warranty cost is going to be. After those 10 years, our warranty cost was less than 2/3 of what even we forecasted. So we've been even outperforming our expectations in regards to quality.
So there you have it. I mean, the guarantee is there for a reason, but I mean, there's the facts that can support it. So thank you very much for your time, John. It's a really great, beautiful day here in almost San Diego. We started in LA, well, in Orange County.
Yes.
And we're down here almost in San Diego. So beautiful day to drive this car.
Thank you very much, Andre.
Thank you.
It was good being here.
Este programa fue una producción de National Latino Broadcasting.